Welcome to another review of 4 Minute Book Review. As I promised, I'm going to talk about the book The Keepers of Kaalachakra by Ashwin Sanghi. So this book is basically conceptualized over liberals versus Islamic terrorists. So that's how the book goes. So the concept is basically these killings of liberals are done and backed up by big corporate company, and there is this similarity between I'm sure you might have heard Dan Brown's Vinci Code and all these, which is against science versus Illuminati, people who try to kill scientists because they don't want to lose people to lose faith on Christianity. And it's almost like that in a similar sort of a situation in this book as well. It's again liberals versus people who wants to be certainly believe that people should not question the government, or staunch believers of people who believe in orthodoxity and all these things. So I've read Ashwin Sanghi's previous book, which was Chanakya's Chant. uh, Basically, Chanakya Chant was way different from what I read in Keepers of Kaalachakra, because this had principles of physics, this had principles of Buddhism, this had principles of people having replicas. I liked in Ashwin Sanghi is the way he brings up that old tradition, Indian culture, and applying it to the modern society or modern way of our living, and how that principle actually help, and how is that true to science, and all this is very interesting on how he writes. And coming to this book, you will realize what will happen in the end, and you can probably even predict what is going to happen in the end, like who will win, whether the liberals or again the people who believe in strict orthodox rules, because people do not like to question, and they want people to just follow them, that herd mentality, where you are not allowed to question, or there's no liberalism existing in the world. So they want such kind of a world, because as long as they follow your instructions, and that's when they win over you. That's this basic concept, and which should not happen in a world where liberalism should also thrive, and there should always be questions asked, whatever it is, whatever society you're living in, because that's when you will keep a check on yourself as well as the government. And this book is basically about how it happens, rather than you predicting, or is it a thriller, or rather than you predicting, it's basically about how it happens rather than what happens. So that's the interesting point. So there are a lot of interesting points, like I spoke about, like Buddhist principles, and I really like the way uh, science is shown in this book, and certain facts, like to disappear, like matter which follows in the form of waves, and also different theories about physics, how one person can be transported to other place just like that, forming, like he has to just change his form into waves. I mean, again, this is all theory. It's not possible as of now, because science is evolving every day, and this might happen in future, but it's an interesting concept to think about. And this book is again like 320 pages, over 320 pages, uh, because I like this concepts of say mythology, and also there's this concept of atmalingas, which is very interesting as well. It's for us to connect with Hindu tradition, and again Buddhist traditions and Buddhist principles, and why Buddhism why Buddhism has a lot of importance in this book. But yeah, again, it's proper mixture of Hinduism, previous archaic Hindu traditions, and why it's there for a reason, as well as Buddhist principles. Like Kalachakra is one of the principles. Basically, Kalachakra means wheel of time, and also certain secrets which you'll get to know in the book. So that's the context you have to know basically before you read the book. So I would definitely recommend for people who wants to explore something, who's also interested in Indian culture and certain uh, what you say advanced theories in physics also. Like there's a chance that you might like this book. I'm currently reading The Palace of Illusions by Chitra Banerjee. That I'll cover in coming 2 weeks, which I'm reading right now. So I hope you really like this book, and also if you really are into mythology and science, so I will definitely recommend you this book. And only downside is it's 320 pages. If you're really a reader of 200 to 50 pages, it might slightly be tedious for you to read so many, like 70, 80 more pages. But it is interesting how it goes. So thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk about the Palace of Illusions in my next review. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.